Hey guys, at the recording of this video, I actually had to throw out my desk and my chair. That's why I'm sitting on the floor. Because I'm currently in the process of packing to move to fucking, Atlanta, which is super exciting and scary, and I'm really nervous, and I feel like there are a lot of reasons that I probably shouldn't even go, but the ultimate reason I'm going is so fucking... There's a video I'll link in the description about it. It talks about the 9 reasons, I think, that I decide, you know, I'm gonna move to Atlanta. Here are some writing tips. Here are 2, maybe 3, they're very powerful. They may be small, but size and power are not synonymous. So here are different tips that the minute you apply them, you can easily start getting loads of new, different ideas that I swear will surprise you every single time. So let's talk about it. Have you ever tried writing with a dictionary in front of you? Isn't that shit easier? For me it is, but if you watch my channel often, you can already tell what I'm about to say. Let's talk about why. This is only really one reason that stands out to me, but aside from a broad vocabulary, which alone is impressive, at least if you know how to use it right, people who know that you're bluffing will know that you're bluffing. But aside from that, there's something in writing you may know about called alliteration, which is basically a big word for where multiple words in the same line, sentence, begin with one letter or sound. When you have a dictionary, I mean, I haven't tried this online, but with a pocketbook dictionary at least, I've never seen one that isn't written, you know, alphabetically from A to Z. So it's really easy with a dictionary at least to brush up on alliteration. And I swear people will very subconsciously pick up on it. Even the listeners. Like, there's a lot of science behind this shit. There's just so many different places to extract data from that it's so fucking difficult to explain, let alone make sense of. Here's a little verse I did with the dictionary. I tried not to flex that hard on the alliteration. Alliteration. But you can definitely find it in there. And I haven't tried this in a while, since I don't really think I need to anymore. Because mind you, this is probably like literally the oldest verse ever recorded on my laptop. It's from a few years ago when I started rapping. I also made the beat. This was originally for an EP that I dropped in late 2016. If you want to use it, I'll drop a link in the description.
Beneath the bills, there's a benefactor who befriended his inner behemoth. This is my platform, so I don't get a sense of my inner release or demeanor. Yeah, that's it. Scrambling nuts in a mansion down by the Caymans. Got me candid as a kid, man, standing naked, making pancakes up in the Himalayas. Cause you had better comprehend. I nonetheless am a credit-worthy self-critic to the end of time. I'd be a crossfire, shooting condoms till the cable chicken doodle at the sky. If you cruise on, you bet to be guzzling them out till you turn to 59. Cause bottom line, the best circumstance with the utility, nothing to tranquilizer in the jungle.
And this is just something I've tried. I want to hear what you guys have tried too. When you're writing, it's like you look at one word and you're like, hey, that's pretty cool. Then you see another word and you're like, wait,
this is cool too.
And then one thing leads to another. And you have a full verse in like less than 15 minutes because you get all these ridiculous ideas that you can look back on. I think it took me like 30 minutes to write that verse. But dude, when I started rapping, I was so particular about my verses that it literally took me 6 hours of like serious concentration to write a 16-bar verse over a beat that was 70 BPM. And also, like, I'm sure so many people watching this could probably say something similar about when they started or how they are now. Skill manifests itself and grows in very different ways because now I'm all about speed in terms of writing and how fast I can do everything because I'm always naturally looking at quality. But I think the fastest verses I wrote most quickly back then, I wrote with the dictionary. Also, writing down ideas whenever you come up with one or two. Now, because you're a rhyming genius with the rhymes disease to the nth degree, you just can't stop rhyming for the life of ye. You probably get a lot of ideas in conversation with family and other MCs. You ever have a conversation with someone and the last thing they say or you say, or really anyone says, especially if you're high, like, I haven't smoked in like fucking a really long time, but I feel like this is probably very highly likely to happen if you're high. But that conversation with someone and the last thing they say or you say, or really anyone says after the conversation until the next one you have, or even after that one, some words that happened in the conversation, this is usually more than any other times, it's usually like the last couple words of the conversation. Some of those words begin to kind of repeat themselves in your head, if that makes sense. And you begin to sort of like put a rhythm to them. I don't know if this is a musician thing, I don't know if I'm fucking insane, but they just turn into the
sickest flow.
And you turn that into a hook or part of a verse, you record that shit
and play it back and it fucking
melts your face. I feel like it's so much easier to remember the flow when you have the words in front of you later. And with the way we use the internet and how it's like fucking conditioning our brains to work a little bit differently, the The average memory of a lot of us, especially the younger generation, is decreasing in lifespan, which is, I mean, dude, it fucking sucks, but like, it is what it is. I would rather have a good memory than bad, but if your memory sucks, it can't hurt to simply write shit down to adapt to it, especially if you use your phone all the time. I'm sure that writing shit down is actually good for your memory and probably increases it. So as soon as you have that idea, the fucking second, doesn't matter if you're at work, doesn't even matter if you're driving, doesn't matter what you're doing, doesn't matter if you're in a movie theater, or even driving, you gotta pull over and write it down. You know why you have to write it down? It's absolutely crucial. You gotta write it down because that next idea can change your career. That next idea can save a life. You really don't fucking know it for sure unless you write it down and try it and record it somewhere down the line. And I swear, at least by not doing this, you're risking more than you're willing to think. Even if it's just some line about how long your dick is or how much money you spent on groceries last week because you have all this money and you're eating so much. I don't know. By writing it down and recording it and everything so consistently, you are training your brain to get into the habit of doing it no matter what the external circumstance is of the environment. And that is fucking extremely powerful. Even if it's just a song idea. All ideas are worth writing down and even categorizing too, so you can fuck it and look at them later instead of a bunch of scattered ones. If you want to become a monstrous musical machine of indestructible imagination, I swear this helps a ton, and you will be surprised at the difference it makes in how long it takes you to come up with a verse and how many different directions that verse can go, because you have the power yourself to, even if it takes you in so many different directions that, you know, it's kind of tough to get used to at first, you will get really good at sort of organizing those ideas and directions on the spot in a way that works best for you and your creative development as an artist, really. But what tips do you guys have? How long have you been writing? What has worked for you guys? I love getting your input on shit like this because I feel like everyone benefits from something they read or watch. Somehow, some way, it's just valuable. Not to me, but others as well. So let's open up some discussion. I want to know what's on your mind. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description of all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there are links to my new production kits where you can find all the hardware and software that I use to make music. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find links to each one in the description from first to last or at samuel.earth/beats. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on a little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.